All right, gang, coming at you with some fresh Resident Evil news. I know that I'm technically like a week behind as far as this particular announcement, but oh, guys, we had to talk about it, didn't we? We totally had to bring this up. Like, it is Resident Evil 4. Oh my goodness, guys, like, this is I'm gonna go ahead and mute the audio because this is kind of a talking head piece. Resident Evil 4 the remake did get announced at the State of Play there last week. It was like right on Friday. Oh my god, I lost my mind the second I saw that R come up. I was like, all right, you know, we've heard for like 2 years that this has been in the works, but it's still pretty nice to actually see the game really just rocking. I mean, there's a lot of things kind of to unpack in this trailer, even on our playback right now. You know, touching base on Leon's look, a lot of the nods to Resident Evil 3.5, so it makes you wonder, like, Leon's look. Ashley's got concept art kind of stuff going on, with a little bit of her look. Ada looks like she's got her RE4 Mercenaries outfit on, maybe. That's kind of hard to tell because of really how dark the trailer is. You can see it's really hard to see. But man, the atmospheric change that I'm already getting from this trailer is phenomenal, you guys, and I hope that everybody is excited so far, because I mean, this is gonna be wild. I mean, first off, it's Q1. Resident Evil 4, it'll be March 24th, 2023, which is incredibly awesome to be able to check this out. We've slowly seen these remakes kind of amp it up on the action spectrum, so where Resident Evil 4 is going is not a surprise to me. We're going to be seeing, you know, a lot of Ganado and Leon gunning a whole bunch of them down throughout his journey, just like how original RE4 was. Now, the one thing that I do want to touch base on before we get super far into any other Resident Evil news is the cuts. Guys, they're coming. This is not going to be a one-to-one remake of Resident Evil 4. We're not getting everything. There might be some iconic things getting cut. Resident Evil 3 saw the Gravedigger kind of go bye-bye. Saw the exploration of the clock tower. They're definitely trying to streamline quite a bit of stuff, and I understand why. Like, Resident Evil lore can get a little sloppy from time to time if you're diving back into the classics and stuff, and we're trying to uniform that, make people understand these the modern ones, Resident Evil 7 and Village and stuff like that, trying to make some of the more iconic Resident Evil games kind of work with the timeline. Now, that being said, I don't know if Del Lago stays. If there, I think there will be one troll battle. It'll be the first one. The boiler room battle, I don't think stays. I think it's going to be exactly what we're talking about right now. It's going to be condensed. I'd be surprised if there's even an island level. I mean, now that I just looked at it, I did see Leon in a boat in the water, kind of top down, so that to me says Del Lago's probably going to show up. But, you know, all I'm saying, guys, is, you know, just be prepared. There's going to be stuff that does get cut out of the game. The game looks great nonetheless. It should be a lot of fun. I'm hoping to see maybe a few more subtle nods to 3.5, or even maybe a gameplay section that was inspired by 3.5 myself. I personally think that would be just really cool. God, what else was I gonna get on about here? Oh yes. Being that this is a remake, of course, we've continued to hear the rumors about, hey, well, what about Code Veronica, or what about Resident Evil 1 getting a remake, that sort of thing. Hey, I'm totally on board with that. I don't have any issues with Veronica or RE1 getting the remake treatment. I do think that's going to make a lot of sense to do either one of those, especially if Resident Evil 4 features Wesker a lot. And the only reason I say that is, like, you know, if you play Resident Evil 1, you know, Wesker kind of gets mopped and everything. So if we're not going to have that be a thing, or have him still operating things on the back end like he is with Ada during Resident Evil 4, I encourage that hopefully we will see a potential remake of 1, but more importantly, Code Veronica. Hey man, there's always a chance it'll come. I'm the guy who's on the wagon of a Dino Crisis remake, so there is a chance for anything. Every Resident Evil game so far that's getting remade is guaranteed to make my library, and I hope it's gonna make yours too, guys, because it does look really cool. At least Resident Evil 4 does. 3 rocked before it. 2, come on, do we even need to talk about how great that game was? Anyway, that's what I have to say surrounding the remakes and such. Resident Evil 4 does finally have a release date, guys. So saddle up, because it is going down. Alright gang, I did want to switch over to some other Resident Evil news as well. This is more in the modding community for Resident Evil. Essentially a message went out saying the Resident Evil During the Storm mod is basically getting shelved. It's going to be canceled. Which is a drag because, oh my goodness, you were able to be Kevin Ryman and kind of travel around Raccoon City before the outbreak. The test demo for it was really cool. Now, Res Evil Nemesis here, the individual in question, is actually missing according to this message. And as a community member, I know, albeit we may be a little bit small, but I like to think we Resident Evil fans, we all stand together. So if you have heard anything, don't hesitate to reach out to resources, man. Nobody knows where they are, and just an incredible modder, no joke. I've played a ton of their mods. I've gotten killed in a ton of their mods too. As I digress, but for real, like, if you guys have any kind of information, definitely don't hesitate to let me know. Ro, anybody else who's big in the Resident Evil community. But yeah, that was, I did just want to touch base on that really quick. In lighter news, gang, of course, there is a Resident Evil sale going on Steam, so if you do need to stock up on Resident Evil games, now is the time to do it, especially if you're a PC player. Go ahead and jam it. Feel that Resident Evil 4 hype as you play the original, because the original is still a good game. Or get hyped up with the 2 make, 3 make, 7, Village, you name it. They are like all on sale right now. So definitely head on over there. Alright, this is gonna wrap it for my kind of Resident Evil shill video, guys. But as always, if you want to stay up to date with all things on the channel, and if you want to let me know, hey man, if you're gonna be jamming some Resident Evil here, keep me posted. Let me know in the comments. As always, guys, you gotta like, subscribe, tag that bell for notifications. That way you stay up to date on all the videos. My name is Pookie. I am your Platinum Paladin. You guys have a good one.